In this video I'll be showing you how to make a back vent, and this back is for a single vent. And for you to get a single vent, this is how it looks like. I'm going to show you on a way in which you're going to draft and cut out this part of the suit when the pattern drafting comes. So this is how it looks like, the nature of the back bodice. So for we to achieve what we want, you take a hairstay, you gum this upper part, your full length, you gum this other side and this other edge. So we're going to gum this part with hairstay and gum this other part with hairstay, and this down part will be bended with 2 inches, just the way you can see it now. So this back has 2 parts. You can see it has 2 parts. So, and this is a single vent. If it's a double vent suit, this extension you can see here will come from this other edge like this. So since it's a single vent, this is how it is. So, and the back always contain a lining. So, and for we to cut the lining, so assuming this is a full lining that comes like this is a full lining that comes like this, you just place your back, then you take off this excess out and follow up the back shape. Same thing goes to the neck, the shoulder and the body part. Then before cutting the length of the back, you make sure you unfold your bended 2 inches. Once you unfold your bended 2 inches, then you can now get the length of your lining. And meanwhile, before you cut, you ensure you leave allowance for trimming when time comes for that. So after now, at least you leave up to like half or 0.7 inch away from the main back. So after cutting your neck, your back and your side, and with the length, you take off the back. The lining too has 2 layers. As you can see, it has 2 layers. So now the upper layer will be trimmed with at least 2 inches away from the main tip, just the way this one is now. You trim it off and throw it away. So coming for the back, this is how it is. On this portion you can see sign of draftings here. So on this side of the drafting part, you will now bend this extension. You can see here, you bend only one side, you leave the other side the way it is, no bending. So after you succeeded in bending this side, then you can now take it to your machine and you stitch them together. So next part, now you get to see how I'll be able to join the lining and the fabrics together. So watch out. So now, after you succeeded in cutting your lining, this upper layer of the lining is being shortened with 2 inches, and this drafted part of the back, as you can see now, is being bended. The extension here is bended with half inches from here. This is the setting, and this half inches. So now this bended part of the back will go for the trimmed 2 inches, while this full one will go for the full lining. So you ensure you demarcate your good side and wrong side, just the way I've done earlier. So this is your complete portion, this is your complete bag. We'll go for the complete lining. And the first step you are supposed to take after, now this is the right side and this is the right side, this is the wrong side being marked. So now on this complete bag, you first of all sew from the down part. You sew at least ½ inches from the down part. So when you sew, you sew halfway. You're not going to complete it. Just sew halfway and you stop. This one will be enough. So you cut off your threads. Then, as you can see, from this bended 2 inches, there is a line there. So from this line, you hold it like this. This is the line. So now you now bend it together with your lining. You bend it towards the lining direction. So as you can see now, the lining and the fabric are together. So what we are supposed to do now is to pull the lining downward. So now the lining now seems to be shorter than the main fabric. So once it is shorter than the main fabric, then you can now stitch. So now you stitch point 2 on the side. You stitch point 2. Now this is our extension, and your point 2 stitch must be completed. So you stitch it complete, then you stop. Then you stop. So this is how it will look like after you've stitched it down and you've stitched the side. Then you can now pull it out. So after pulling it out, you can use your scissors to ensure you push the edge out. So this is how it will look like this. So that is all for this part. So now you take the other part, which is bended. This is the right side, this is the wrong side of the lining, this is the wrong side of the fabric. So right side to right side. So you place it like this. And remember, on the other part, we sewed it down before the side. So on this bended part of the bag, we sew the side before the down part. So, and the same stitch length you will use. On this side, you sew point 2 as well, the way you did on the other side. So you're going to sew it complete. So you sew it complete with your same stitch length of point 2. So once you sew here, then you can see a line extended down. So you make use of this line as your guideline. So you hold it from there, then you pull it out. Don't bother about this much excess. So you hold it from this line you can see. So you hold it from there, then you sew your 0.5 just the way you did on the other part. So this one too will be sewn halfway, and ensure this your pieces of allowance is facing the fabric direction, not the lining direction. So you sew, and this one too you sew halfway, then you stop, then you cut off your thread. So once you're done, this is how it look like. Some people will pull this down the way the other one is. No, this is not how it's been done. Already you have a guideline of your 2 inches. All you need to do is for you to push it in and maintain your point of your 2 inches. So this is how this one looks like, and this is how this one looks like. So you can see this is two parts. That is the left and the right. You see this one has allowance of the material while this one don't. So now for we to join these two parts together, all you need to do now is to turn this one like this. Once you turn this one like this, you pick this one, you place it on the other part, and now your settings will be from this place. Don't bother to set it from here. Your settings must be from this edge of your two fabrics. They should be together on the same edge so you can get an accurate setting. So once it is like this, so you now open this one up. So now once I open it, now you can see they are of the same direction. So, and on this direction there is a line too here. So you join from here, so you ensure this place, this edge and this edge meets together the way it is now. So you mustn't start from where this thread is. You can start halfway, but ensure your needle stops on this line. Your needle should stop on this line. Then you turn your fabric this way. So you can see on my drafted portion there is a line guiding me. So you sew on the line in which you have drafted on already. So this is how it is, straight up to the neck portion. So you reinforce and you stop. Then for we to continue on the lining part, for we to continue on the lining part, from where you started, pause. Now after you've sewn from this place up to the neck part of the fabric, you now continue from there. Make sure you reinforce. Then you can now arrange this 0.2 seam you have sewn should be facing the fabric direction. So you sew cross your thread and you stop immediately after, just the way you can see it now. Stops at the thread. You must not exceed this thread. So this is how you're supposed to sew. Then from this point you turn, then you take it up to the neck part. So there is no much complication on the back fence. It's as easy as what you can think of. So that is all for the. So after now, this is how it will be like. Then you can now place it together. You stretch it, you arrange it. So this is how the back fence looks like. So after this moment, you can now tag this edge and hold it together. So you, on this part, you must not reinforce, just sew a little. And so after you've tagged, then this is how the inner lining will look like. You can see. see. So this is how it is. So now after this moment, we now go to the table and we press it down.